Hello, I'm Matteo, the Chief Mobile Opinionist here at Tech Travel Geeks. And this is the second video in our series about the Xiaomi 17T Pro. We've already done our unboxing, and today we're going to do our video about the setup of the device. I've already taken my SIM card out of the Xiaomi 15T Pro, last year's model. You can see there's definitely a resemblance there. But don't worry, we'll do a full side-by-side comparison in a future video. Make sure you're subscribed and you have that notification bell on to be notified when we do release that video. But in the meantime, let's start with our Xiaomi 17T Pro. First things first, I'm going to take the SIM tray out and put my SIM card in. Now you'll see that here it is quite easy to make a mistake. Do only use your SIM ejector tool in the hole that is part of the tray. The one next to it is a hole for a microphone, and if you put your SIM ejector tool in there, you risk damaging the watertightness of your device. And since the Xiaomi 17T Pro does have an IP68 rating, that would be a shame to lose that feature of the device in my view. Now, the SIM tray is an interesting one. You'll see that this is a SIM 1 because it takes two physical SIM cards. Or you can use one physical SIM card and eSIM. So Xiaomi have given you quite a few options there. So I'm just going to put the SIM card back in there, and then I'm going to long press the power button on the right hand side to turn on the device. One long press and we have the Xiaomi logo. That Xiaomi logo has the powered by Android at the bottom. The device runs Xiaomi HyperOS. Xiaomi HyperOS is the continuation of MIUI, or MIUI, depending on how you pronounce it. And my understanding is that this is HyperOS 3 based on Android 16. So we get the welcome screen, nice and bright, lots of nice flowing of gradients. It's quite nice. So I'm going to choose English United Kingdom because that's what I use. I'm going to use United Kingdom because that's where I am. Usual terms and conditions. We trust Xiaomi, so I've read and agreed to the user agreement and privacy policy. If you're in any doubt, I would recommend you read through the full privacy policy and user agreement. Next up, it suggests we set up the device using another device. In this case, I don't want to do that. I want to set this up as a brand new shiny phone. So in this case, I will need to connect to the Wi-Fi network. So there we go. We're connecting to my Wi-Fi. First impressions of typing on the device. It's not the sharpest of haptic feedback. I will need to play with the settings to that as I go through my review process. But for now, we'll stick with that. And who am I setting this phone up for? In this case, I'm setting it up for myself. But Android has some excellent parental controls if you were to be setting your device up for a child. But I'm going to choose for myself because this is the phone I bought with my own pocket money. Consider that a disclaimer. This was not sent to us by Xiaomi. This is a device I've purchased with my own pocket money. And next thing I need to do is log into my Google account. So I've just gone through essentially two-factor authentication through my Google account on another device. Specifically, this was on my Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. But you can hear my other devices buzzing in the background because I've done that from multiple devices. Anyway, it's suggesting we copy apps and data. I don't want to do this. I want to set this phone up as a new phone, so don't copy. Next up, we need to set a screen lock. This is a security feature. So let's start off with a fingerprint scanner and test out that under-screen fingerprint scanner. But before that, I need to set up a PIN code. So that's done. We then also get a little screen protector tip. Screen protectors may interfere with the screen fingerprint recognition. We recommend using the official Xiaomi film if you require screen protection. I'm going to say I've got it and not show this again. But yeah, Obviously, Xiaomi screen protectors will work best, especially when your fingerprint scanner is under the screen. So I'm going to use my right thumb to tap this Xiaomi device. The haptic feedback and the speed of this screen, under-screen fingerprint scanner is noticeably good. And you can see from the fact that it's blasting light through my thumb that it is an optical one. Okay, so that's that done. Next up, we need to agree to the Google services on this device. In Google we trust, as we often say here at the Tech Travel Geeks YouTube channel, so I'm going to accept that. And it's going to offer to back up my device, both my photos and videos and other device data. I'm going to switch that on. Next up, this is a screen you may not see. It is a very European thing. You need to choose the search engine on your Android phone. You get quite an option here, all the way from Bing to Yahoo to DuckDuckGo. But as I said, in Google we trust, I am going to choose Google here. So I'm going to set Google as my default search engine. Then it's prompting me to continue with the setup. Yeah, let's see what they're doing. Let contacts nearby find and share with you. This is essentially Google's version of AirDrop. It does work with AirDrop, so I'm going to agree that. Next up, it's going to introduce us to Gemini, the Google AI assistant. So I'm going to say OK. And to go hands-free with the Hey G word. And Gemini will stand by to hear that, so I'm going to turn that on. Now, I don't need to set payment up at this point in time. I won't be using this phone for payments or anything. I have another device for that. Then you have options to change the wallpaper, review additional apps, but I think we're happy at the moment. We'll just go with the standard. Now, this is a Xiaomi device. It does come with some pre-installed apps. Some of them will be tuned to this type of SIM card I'm using in it. And here we have also extra settings that are in place for Xiaomi devices. I trust Xiaomi with this. I'm going to click Next. Next, if you wish to, you can set up parental controls for the device. I'm going to leave them off. I'm a grown-up. I can handle a bit of dangerous internet. Anyway, these are the font settings for the device. This is how it's seen. Do I want the default font or do I want the Mi Sans? So Xiaomi has its own font. I think I'm just going to go with the default one for now. Now then we have a setting. I'll also do a dedicated how-to video about this, about how to set up your device in terms of having an app drawer or the classic mode. So the classic mode is iOS-like, or Honor-like, or Huawei-like, or Xiaomi-like. You don't have an app drawer, everything is on the home screen. The version I prefer is the app drawer one, where you can pull up for your apps and they're all in a drawer, and your desktop or your home screen is just your curated selection of apps. So I'll go with that and click Next. Next up, we get to choose our system navigation on the Xiaomi 17T Pro. Do I want full screen gestures or do I want buttons on the device? I'm actually going to go with gesture navigation. I am starting to get used to it, but it's been a while that I've been using it. And there's a little tutorial on how to learn your gesture navigation. In this case, let's learn about that. If you swipe from the bottom quickly, it takes you to your home screen. If you swipe slowly, it shows you your multitasking screen. If you swipe in from the left, it takes you back. And if you swipe in from the right, it takes you back. So that's a quick tutorial on gesture navigation on the Xiaomi 17T Pro. And that's great. I'm clicking I'm done. Let's move on. How do I want to see the recent slow app? Do I want a vertical stack? Do I want a horizontal stack or the stacked version? I'm going to go with the stacked version because I quite like that. It reminds me of the CoverFlow UI on Apple devices many, many moons ago. So that's the initial setup pretty much complete on Xiaomi HyperOS. you'll see that there was a sprinkling of Google configuration as well as Xiaomi configuration. It is quite a handover between the two software providers on the device. But once it's done, it seems to do quite well. So if I click All Set, we'll go onto the home screen of the Xiaomi 17T Pro, and here we are. And as we saw during the setup, I have set it up with an app drawer. But there are a few things I want to carry on with my setup to make it mine before I get into daily use of the device. First things first, I'm going to scroll down to Settings. Let's just make sure if there are any updates. Yes, it is Xiaomi HyperOS 3.0306.0. I'm going to update that. So it takes us to 30308. I'm going to download that over my Wi-Fi connection. And you'll see that this is a device with 264 gigabytes of RAM. And in this case, 12 gigabytes of RAM. Now it says 12 plus 4, that's essentially swap memory. It uses the storage of your device for the low priority or low speed content the device needs. It is running on a MediaTek Dimensity 9500 chipset. It is an improvement on the one in the Xiaomi 15T Pro last year, and we see all the details about the Android version. It's based on Android 16 and so on. Great, so there we are. Let's have a look at some settings. So display and brightness. I want to use dark mode. I do prefer dark mode. Auto brightness is great. Color scheme, you can choose here, but it says original color pro, but if you like punchier colors, you can select your vivid mode. I'll just go with the original color pro because I trust the defaults here. There is also eye comfort mode, so it adjusts colors and textures of the items on your screen, allowing your eyes to relax. It is one of the things that Xiaomi shouts out about in its marketing about the Xiaomi 17T Pro. As I scroll down, another few things I might want to set up here. We are updating in the background. Oh, it's already extracting the download, so that was very fast download of 640 megabytes. There's no doubt some Google Play Store updates as well. So I'm going to tap on here, manage my apps on my device. There's 44 updates happening. So I'll let that run for a while. Thankfully, that sort of high-end MediaTek chipset that the Xiaomi 17T Pro has can handle both the operating system update and these app updates in the background. You'll see that there's a lot going on there in the background. There are some apps, though, that I might not want. For example, I don't use Spotify, I use YouTube Music. I won't use WPS Office because I use Google Drive. What else is there? LinkedIn, honestly, I only have it on one phone and I try and ignore it as much as possible, so I'll probably uninstall that. And the way I'll do it is just here from the app drawer, long press on the LinkedIn icon, and you'll see that we get a little drop up with all the options you have. Just press the dustbin. Is that working? Maybe not because it's updating in the background. And then, oh yeah, we get a little prompt. Would you like to uninstall LinkedIn? Uninstall. Done. So you get a little explosion there of joy of LinkedIn being removed from your device. Let's try with Spotify as well. Same here. Uninstall Spotify, uninstall. See, it's easy. Let's try WPS Office. Uninstall. Boom. Little fireworks. There might be something, oh wow, it has music, Xiaomi Store, Netflix, Google News. It comes pre-installed with Instagram and Facebook. Interestingly, not Threads, and I am a Threads user. Amazon Music, Amazon Shopping, AliExpress. Great. So lots of apps that I already use are in place. And then obviously Google News. So that should be updating in the background. We're already down to 29 apps. which just shows you how quick the processor, the storage, and the network connectivity is at the moment whilst I'm on my home Wi-Fi. It's churning through those app updates quite quickly. Great, so that is the initial setup of my Xiaomi 17T Pro. I will be installing some extra apps. There is duplication as usual between the App Mall, so Xiaomi's own app store, and the Google Play Store. You'll see there's lots of apps in here. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of many of them. What you do need to do is sign in with your Xiaomi account to be able to make the most of it, and you can update your apps independently of the Google Play Store here. In this case, for example, pre-installed apps need to be updated, including the App Store itself, the Get Apps app. Right, I think that's an initial setup of my phone done. Whilst things are happening, it's going to restart Get Apps to install itself. Gets a bit of noises in terms of notifications. Let's see if we can adjust that in the volume settings. So I can switch those noises off and give you a quick preview of what Xiaomi's equivalent of the dynamic island is. It gives you the little cutout for the selfie camera. It gives you a little dynamic island coming out off the side. Great. I think that's everything for this video. That's my device mostly set up. I will use initially the case that came with a Xiaomi 17T Pro. I'm waiting for some magnetic type ones to become available from Amazon UK, and when I do get one, I'll obviously do a review of the case, as well as let you know how I get on with various accessories type, for example chargers, power banks, and so on. But for now, thanks for watching. If you watched this far into the setup video of my Xiaomi 17T Pro, it's a shame to cover it up because I really like that blue color of the device. But if you have any questions, if you'd like to know more, if you want to point out what I did wrong, please do leave us a comment in the section below. We'll do our best to get back to you. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks here on YouTube. We cover consumer electronics, gadgets, accessories, and anything else we think makes the travel experience better. But for now, thanks for watching, and goodbye from me.